Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Now, we all know that Ripple's business has been harmed tremendously by the SEC as a result of them suing Ripple, claiming that XRP is an unregistered security. We know that not only has Ripple in the United States not gained any new customers since the lawsuit hit, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, has also cited that in the United States, Ripple has lost customers. Now, unfortunately, so that's not a surprise, right? Because that's where the lawsuit's happening. But as it turns out, we may have underestimated the degree to which international business has been harmed, because we see positive headlines, right? Now, I enjoy reporting the positive stuff, don't get me wrong. You know, there's a story in the beginning of May I've talked about a couple times recently because it keeps popping up in the news. But Ripple reported, specifically Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, reported that there was a 800% increase year over year in on-demand liquidity, which of course requires the usage of XRP. And that's absolutely fantastic. We know that Ripple's on a hiring spree, but even so, there's some not so good stuff. And I'm just wondering how much bad stuff are we not seeing, and how severely has the global adoption of XRP slowed down in a meaningful way. And I'm not even talking about price, because the price of XRP right now in this immature state for this asset class, it's in its nascency. XRP price in a general sense, it's just going to follow Bitcoin just like every other coin does. But in terms of actual adoption, that's what I'm seriously wondering about. And so SBI Holdings has been one of Ripple's most important partners over the years. You know, they're a gigantic financial services company based out of Tokyo, and their CEO, Yoshitaka Kitao, has been a strong supporter of not just Ripple, but XRP as well. You know, he expects every bank in Japan will end up using XRP in the future, and is one of the strongest proponents for the long-term viability of XRP. But even so, it turns out that a major subsidiary of SBI Holdings is pausing adoption of XRP via Ripple's on-demand liquidity until the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is over. So I'm going to share with you all the specifics, and we will end on a high note because Ripple is expanding and they're hiring infinity people right now effectively. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so there's an article on your screen right now from Invest in Blockchain. This is dated February 27th, 2019, and the headline is SBI CEO wants every bank in Japan to use Ripple's XRP. And so I don't feel the need to read through this article, but I make this point just to like really drive home this idea, which is true, that SBI, which is being run, I mean, it's headed by Yoshitaka Kitao, that's the guy on your screen right here. Like, I've never seen, you know, a partner of Ripple's that is so bullish and so pro XRP and so vocal about it. I mean, he's active on Twitter regularly, tweeting about XRP, right? So he's not just kidding about this. He thinks every bank in Japan is ultimately going to be utilizing XRP. So that's good, right? Well, take a look at this. This is a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, Crypto Eddie, and she tweeted out the following. Mr. Kitao of SBI gave an investor presentation today in Nagoya. On page 164 of 187 pages, it stated XRP on-demand liquidity will be examined for utilization in the SBI Motor Africa business model when Ripple's U.S. trial has ended in desired results. So, okay, part of that we can read it however you want. Technically, you're entitled to respond however you want. So you could read that as, oh, that's positive, more adoption of XRP, it's on the horizon. But I'm sitting here wondering, what the hell does it matter to them in Japan? I honestly don't have an answer. I'm legitimately curious. I haven't been able to find an answer to this. They're not subject to the same securities laws that firms here in the United States are. So I'm just wondering, to what degree? I mean, there are partnerships, so they must feel that they're susceptible to some degree. At least this subsidiary is SBI Motor Japan. I'm kind of dumbfounded by it, to be honest with you. But even set aside the fact that we don't know the reason why, we're not privy to, you know, all of the inner workings of, you know, the decision making behind the scenes for them. But it's a factual statement that this adoption might have already taken place if not for this. And so they're just waiting, and it depends on the outcome. So we have to have a good outcome, and then they'll look into it further, and there may be some utilization there. Okay, well, so the good news is, let's be real. I mean, I think it's much more likely than not that we're going to get some really good news by the time this case is settled. Well, I say settled. Literally settled, or settled in the sense that it's over because it's fully adjudicated. So either way, I think that we're going to be happy with that, but I'm just sitting here wondering in the meantime, to what degree has XRP adoption being harmed? Because it clearly is to some degree. And I wasn't guessing, we'd see something like this, especially from any part of SBI, frankly. And Crypto Eddie also noted, like, this is kind of a bigger deal than you might think, because it's not just the car sales. There's a tweet on your screen here where she's noting also that the business model includes leasing for Uber drivers and insurance and parts exports, and so there's like basically a whole ecosystem around it, she notes, and that's just not happening now. Doesn't mean it can't in the future. And so here's what attorney John Deaton had to say about this. I've stated for over a year that many Ripple and XRP supporters underestimate the negative impact the SEC lawsuit has had. Because Ripple has done well outside the United States and is hiring, etc., people say otherwise. But XRP must be deemed a non-security in the United States to fulfill its promise. Okay, so I think that's a perfectly reasonable response. Now, in the United States, I don't get the sense that, at least me personally, I don't think I'm underestimating how bad it is in the United States, because, like I just cited, Ripple's losing customers. We've known that for some time. But if you're talking outside the United States, yeah, maybe even I have been underestimating the degree to which harm, because how many other firms out there, if SBI is freaking talking this way, how many other firms out there are like, yeah, I don't know about the XRP thing, what's going on? I don't know, because if there are firms that are touching the United States in any sort of way, maybe they're worried for that reason. Now, the good news is, if that's the case, and there are a ton of firms that won't touch XRP right now, isn't it still amazing? Like they cited that story at the beginning of this video, 800% increase in XRP adoption via RippleNet's on-demand liquidity year over year as of the beginning of May this year. 800% increase, and there could be a bunch more firms on the sideline internationally. So that's why I'm still optimistic. Like, once this is all said and done, I still think we're going to get the outlook that we're all hoping for here. And also, this news broke the other day too. This is from Nikkei Asia. It's titled, SMFG in talks to buy 10% stake in SBI Holdings. Japan's Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, so that is SMFG, is in final talks to acquire about a 10% stake in SBI Holdings with the aim of boosting their securities business, Nikkei has learned, in a deal that could be worth around $587 million. Now, XRP community member Wrath of Kahneman ended up sharing this link, and it's an old one. This goes back to July of 2017, but it's from Ripple's blog series, Ripple Insights, and it notes that Sumitomo Mitsui Bank has actually joined at that point 5 years ago SBI Ripple Asia's bank consortium, so they were all on board the Ripple train anyway. And so in case anybody was wondering what the impact of this might be, well, certainly not anything bad. And in fact, attorney John Deaton, he seemed to have the same impression right off the bat that I kind of did. And he wrote, I believe this could be good news for XRP in the long term, considering SBI is Ripple's largest shareholder, and the CEO, Yoshitaka Kitao, is a believer in XRP. But I defer to Crypto Eddie on what it means, if anything. And yeah, so basically it's two firms that are already on the Ripple train, and now it looks like Sumitomo may end up with the 10% of SBI, and that's all well and good. Again, it was two big banks that were already on board. Now, there's a tweet on your screen right here, and I'm not going to read it verbatim, but Crypto Eddie ends up noting that SMBC, which is the banking portion here, they're actually one of Japan's big four banks here, and then SMFG, Sumitomo, that's the financial group and corp. They've been in a relationship with SBI for like 15 years. And so again, there's all sorts of overlap in terms of their interest even prior to this news breaking, including RippleNet and MoneyTap. And yesterday I did tweet this out on this front, especially considering that people have been a bit down in the dumps about crypto prices in general, including XRP. And I get it. I understand. Humans are emotional beings. It's okay. It's normal. I'm the weirdo not feeling emotions about this stuff. But I wrote the following. Ever notice how for nearly a decade now, Ripple continues to grow its business regardless of the price action of XRP? Clearly, XRP is a crucial part of their tech stack, but they are not, and should not, be deterred by price volatility. Playing the long game. That's my tweet. So don't you think that's true, though? Do you think that when price goes down, Ripple's like, oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't be building our business around this XRP thing. The price went low. No. No, they're not like that. That's how the typical retail speculator thinks. Ripple, they are not deterred by negative price action, period. In fact, if we're in a bear market right now, and most analysts say that we are in a crypto bear market now, okay, fine, and there's no shortage of firms in the world of crypto and blockchain that are laying people off. But I gotta tell you, Ripple's expanding, and they're seeking to hire literally, I kid you not, hundreds of people right now. This is despite a crypto bear market and despite the SEC attempting to sue them into oblivion. Despite that, it's astonishing stuff. I'm glad that we're paying attention to this, because almost no humans on the planet even know that XRP exists or that Ripple exists. It's substantially less than 1% of humans. And here we're watching, we got front row seats to all of this stuff. It's a crazy story. I think movies are going to be made about this in the years and decades to come, because there's no shortage of material for movies. But take a look at this headline. Ripple opens its first office in Canada. So there you go. America's Hat now has a Ripple office. Blockchain company Ripple has opened its first office in Canada, according to a Wednesday announcement. Its new Toronto-based office will serve as the company's key engineering hub. Garling House says that the country's most populous city has plenty of talent. Ripple will go on a hiring spree in Toronto, aiming to hire hundreds of blockchain software engineers in the long run. And by the way, I'll just show you the tweet. I think I have it pulled up here anyway. Yeah, here it is. This is the official tweet from Ripple, and I won't read the whole thing, but they note that they do intend to hire hundreds of technical positions specifically there in Canada. Just there. Now, mind you, and there's a headline, actually. I like this headline. I'm not going to read this article either, but I just want to share the headline. It's from Ethereum World News. This is from like about a week ago, but the headline is, Brad Garlinghouse. Ripple is hiring for hundreds of roles, but we have a no a-holes policy. And he did say that, actually. I'm censoring that, as it's also censored in the title. But he did say that. And they're hiring just literally a crazy number of people. In fact, here's Ripple's official website. I'll just slowly scroll down. These are jobs that are waiting to be fulfilled right now. It's already in the hundreds. And so then you're talking about just, in Canada, they envision hundreds of jobs just there. How many hundreds of jobs in each other city that they're seeking to dominate the world over? Like, Ripple's going to be massive. They're going to go public. XRP's at the core of their business model. So look, the little asshats at the SEC can try and slow Ripple down, and right now they are. But in the end, Ripple's going to win. They're on the right side of history, even if they end up having to pay some sort of fee or this or that, whatever it is. I'm very optimistic for the future. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.